How to break through your insecurities and become a confident English speaker. Are you an English learner who has been studying for years but still struggles to feel confident when speaking? Does your heart sink when you go to say something, only to stumble on the words or lose track of your thoughts? You're not alone. In fact, many English learners face this exact challenge. The frustration and heartbreak that come with investing so much time into learning a language only to feel insecure in using it are real and deeply felt. I see you. I understand you. Because I am you. I feel this same struggle in my own language learning journey. In this video, I want to share 3 essential points that can help you break through those insecurities and bring out the confident English speaker that already exists inside of you. These insights come from observing the most successful English learners in my life, including my own husband. But before we dive into these 3 crucial tips, I have a question for you. Which type of English learner are you? 2 types of English learners. Which one are you? In my experience, there are 2 broad categories of English learners. The first group I like to call adventurers. Adventurers see learning and speaking English as a tool to communicate ideas. They don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect sentence. They just dive in. Whether they are beginners or advanced, they are out there in the world, using English to explore and connect, even if their sentences aren't perfect. Being an adventurer is not easy. It's a path filled with mistakes and moments of frustration. Adventurers feel the weight of every mispronunciation, every awkward pause, and every forgotten word. They may sense others judging them for their mistakes. Yet, despite these challenges, adventurers persist. And while the journey is not glamorous, it is a journey worth taking. The struggles and the mistakes ultimately lead to growth. On the other hand, there is a second group, the tortured artists. This group sees learning English as a performance that must be perfect. For the tortured artist, every word, every sentence is a chance to get it right or wrong. They tend to be perfectionists and are highly sensitive to how others perceive them. As a result, they take fewer risks, hold back, and often avoid speaking unless they feel certain they will succeed. The tortured artist spends much of their time in their head, crafting perfect sentences that never get spoken. They have the potential for greatness, but are held back by the fear of making mistakes. As a result, much of their art stays hidden, unshared with the world. Now, you might be wondering, which group do you belong to? Here's the good news. Your group membership is not fixed. If you're currently a tortured artist, you can become an adventurer. In fact, I'm trying to make that transition myself. While I encourage my students to be brave and speak English confidently, I've struggled with confidence in my own French learning journey. This can make me feel like a hypocrite, someone who advises others to do something they don't apply to themselves. But I'm working on it. And I want to remind you that we're in this together. It's not easy, but it's possible. Secret number 1. You have a gift to share with the world. The first thing to realize is that you have a unique gift to share with the world. Some of the most influential people in my life, my closest friends, my best professors, and my husband, are non-native English speakers. They learned English as teenagers or adults, and their ability to communicate in English has made a profound impact on me. If they hadn't learned English, my life would be very different. In the same way, you have ideas, thoughts, and feelings that could positively affect others. By learning to express yourself in English, you open the door to impacting people around the world. English, for better or worse, is the global lingua franca, spoken by over 1.3 billion people. It's a powerful tool for connecting with others. So if you don't feel confident speaking English for yourself, try shifting your focus. Think instead about the people you could help or the connections you could make by communicating in English. You never know whose life you might change just by being able to reach out and connect with them. Secret number 2. Confidence comes from embracing your imperfections. Imagine this scenario. You're sitting in a classroom or a meeting at work. The lesson or presentation is complicated, and you're feeling lost. You look around, and everyone else seems to understand perfectly. No one is asking questions. They're all nodding along. You feel like you can't admit you're confused. Then, your friend raises their hand and says, "I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand that. Could you explain it again?" To me, that friend is the embodiment of confidence. True confidence isn't about knowing all the answers or being perfect. It's about being comfortable with what you don't know. It's about embracing your imperfections and being willing to ask for help when you need it. Mark Manson, a popular writer, once said, "The only way to be truly confident is to become comfortable with what you lack." Confidence comes not from achievements or high scores, but from being okay with failure. The most confident English learners I've met are the ones who are comfortable making mistakes, saying things wrong, and even embarrassing themselves occasionally. They understand that failure is part of the process. If the idea of being comfortable with failure seems daunting, start by acknowledging your fears. Say to yourself, "I'm nervous. I'm scared. I know I'm going to make mistakes, and that's okay." Accepting your imperfections is the first step toward building true confidence. Secret number 3. Confidence is built through mastery, but there's more. You've probably heard people say, "Just believe in yourself." But telling someone to be confident doesn't usually work, does it? Confidence doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from experience, from building skills, and seeing yourself improve over time. There's a well-researched concept in psychology called self-efficacy, which is the belief in your ability to succeed in specific situations. According to psychologist Albert Bandura, the more mastery experiences you have, the more times you succeed at something, the more confident you become. Essentially, competence leads to confidence. This makes sense, right? The more evidence you have that you can do something well, the more confident you'll feel. However, if you're not yet competent in English, this might not feel very encouraging. After all, you don't want to wait until you're fluent to feel confident. The good news is that you don't have to wait. There are ways to build self-efficacy and confidence even before you reach fluency. Here are 3 strategies that can help. Observe others. Watching someone similar to you succeed can be incredibly powerful. Find people who share your background, age, or language and watch how they speak English. Study their progress and try to emulate their methods. Is there a celebrity, mentor, or friend who has achieved the level of English you want? Spend time observing them and learn from their journey. Encouragement from others. Sometimes, a trusted person can boost your confidence simply by believing in you. Whether it's a mentor, teacher, or friend, having someone in your corner telling you that you can do it makes a huge difference. If you don't have that person in your life right now, let me be that person for you. You can do this. You have what it takes. Take care of your mindset. It's hard to feel confident if you're in a low mood or feeling physically unwell. How you talk to yourself matters. According to Hebb's law, the more you think a thought, the stronger it becomes in your brain. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm bad at English," that thought will become your reality. Instead, try using positive affirmations. Write down the things you want to believe about yourself and repeat them daily. Choosing your path, the adventurer or the tortured artist. At the end of the day, becoming a confident English speaker is an internal journey. If you choose the path of the adventurer, you will face struggles, make embarrassing mistakes, and occasionally meet rude or judgmental people. But over time, you will grow and become fluent. If you choose the path of the tortured artist, You'll avoid embarrassment, but you'll never fully share your gift with the world. This, too, leads to suffering, the suffering of regret. The choice is yours. You get to decide how you'll approach your English learning journey. Will you embrace the challenges and take risks, or will you hold back, waiting for perfection?